Vivia is my, I think, oldest subscriber. We met in playing Sky, and we've been hanging out online pretty much ever since. Right, where were we? Enter to meditate. Yes, let's meditate on a shark. I don't know what this does. Oh, that is a parrotfish. That thing in the... there, that one. That is a parrotfish. So I can assume that's why we have white sands. Oh, I see, that's what meditation does. It just lets you look around. At some point I'm... oh, ABZÜ damselfish. Oh. I have a feeling they're rendered somewhat more vibrantly than in reality. I know some of them are, some of them aren't. Humphead wrasse, yeah, we saw that earlier. Okay, so they do have a sort of identification system. You just have to sit and meditate. How do I get out of this? Press enter again? Emperor angelfish. There was a time I pretty much knew all these off by heart, but it's been a long time. I could just sit this up and just leave it online as endless ASMR, couldn't I? That might be fun to try. Just sit this screen up and walk away for a few hours. Alright. So is this just a sort of general meditation area? Let's have a general move around. Who wants to bet are we supposed to go down there, or is that where we came from? Oh, I've no doubt if I do a quick circle, I'll get clues about where to proceed. Yes, dolphins have some very interesting behaviors beyond the not safe for work ones. Their sonar's good enough that they can detect creatures hiding in the sand. They have been known to use pufferfish as a plaything, and there is a suspicion that they get high from pufferfish, because of course pufferfish yes, more of those eels that I don't know the name of. Like I say, I thought they were sand eels, but yeah, because pufferfish obviously, while they're apparently very tasty to eat, contain a very dangerous poison which requires careful preparation, and a few people die each year from eating them. Well, it appears that dolphins use them to get a bit of a high. Curiously, you can actually grow pufferfish in captivity so that they don't have, they're not poisonous. From what I gather, they don't taste as good when you do that. You might know pufferfish better as fugu. All I can say is the first person who decided to... How did they decide that pufferfish were good to eat? That would be interesting. I think this is where we came out. Let's see. Oops, I was trying not to kick up too much. Yeah, it's not wanting me to go down there. So therefore... I mean, you know, the first person... Have you seen pufferfish? Pufferfish are not the most appetizing looking of fish. So the first person that saw one and said, you know what, I'm going to try to eat this, must have been very hungry. And then, how did they... I mean, the first thing that's going to happen with the first person to try a pufferfish is they die. So, oh, those are tuna, I think. So, the dynamics of how that actually worked are a bit mysterious, I suppose. I mean, did the person cook and eat the pufferfish and comment on how delicious it was and then died? And other people were then inspired to say, well, he said it was good to eat, therefore it must be worth eating more of if we can just figure out how not to die while we're eating it? I have no idea what collecting the nautiluses does. Actually, is it nautiluses or nautili? I don't know. Oh, orca. Killer whales. Now those things are very intelligent and... Oh, sailfish or marlin. Hammerhead shark. More barracuda. Oh, well, there's an obvious place for us to go next. Now, orca, which can be found all over the world, they can be profoundly unpleasant to prey animals. They will do things like pursue whales for hours and hours. They'll go after female humpback, for example, with a baby, and they will then exhaust the mother so that they can kill and eat the baby. And keeping them in captivity should be a crime. It's really not appropriate. And again, extremely intelligent. There are... I'm trying to think. There are places in the world where fishermen and dolphins actually act in concert. The dolphins will help the fishermen to fish, and this is an arrangement that's been going on for a long time. I think there was a similar example with killer whales. That behavior ended when the head of the pod died. They've been sinking yachts? I had not heard that. Typically, I'm not aware of an actual event where orca have actually killed humans. Wouldn't surprise me if they had, but if it happens, it's extremely rare for them to deliberately go after humans. Mind you, it's rare for, I'm going to say, any fish in the ocean to deliberately go after humans. Even sharks generally don't do it deliberately. If you ever watch something like a great white go after a seal, and then you read descriptions of great whites and human encounters, is very different. It seems that the how did I do that? And did I want to? Yeah, it seems the sharks, when they encounter humans, and if they bite them, it's more of a curiosity thing. It's not a predation thing. The problem, of course, is that even a medium-sized great white, 14-foot-long great white, actually that's quite large for most of them. If that gives you an exploratory bite, you're basically going to lose a leg. The exception to the rule about sharks and humans that I can think of comes from World War II, where sharks apparently in some areas would be attracted in quite large numbers to things like sinking ships. All that disturbance in the water attracted sharks. The classic case would be the HMS Indianapolis. Towards the end of World War II, HMS Indianapolis was the cruiser that delivered the first atomic bomb. I think it was the first one to be dropped on Japan. And having delivered the bomb, it was sunk on the way back. And what followed for the sailors was this absolute nightmare of surviving in the water and regularly being attacked by sharks. But I must admit, even then you have to wonder whether it was predation or just the shark's senses suffering a sort of overload from all this signaling in the water. Okay, am I not supposed to swim down there? There we go. Oh, this is familiar. We're back here. Alright, so one can conclude that's where we came up. Can I go back out? No. Alright, I have this I didn't try last time. I didn't try to see how high I could swim, did I? Okay, that is... well, that is a Nautilus, albeit... actually... yeah, we'll call that a Nautilus. Of course, they don't look like that in reality. That's more like a ghost of a Nautilus. So, where am I going? So we've got... oh, is this a sort of central hub? Alright, it's directing me towards here, so... what happens if I go to this one? Does this... oh, that's the one where we released the mantas, isn't it? Alright, we'll head towards this one. Oh, while I'm talking about sharks, you know that there, you may have seen, it pops up all over the place about how Megalodon is still alive, and no, it doesn't. Megalodon is extinct and has been for some considerable time. There are no living Megalodons. Oh, that's the orcas. So is this that same area? I assume this is the same area we were swimming around, and yeah, now we're opening up the door. Okay. I still don't know what your little companion there is there. Oh, well, yes. The only purpose that they seem to have served so far is opening up new areas for us. Oh, I grabbed onto one of the babies. I tell you what, it is slightly weird swimming underwater like this and not trying to keep an eye on your oxygen supply. A bit like in Sky when you're swimming underwater and half an eye is always on your, well, we'll call it an oxygen meter. Oh! Look at that. Do we have whales to look forward to? And that's not threatening at all. Right. My general plan, incidentally, is I'll stream this for about 2 hours. So I've been streaming for 94 minutes, so maybe another half hour. And I'll call it quits, because at that point I need to start thinking about lunch. Oh, now those are sharks. And those are... I want to say they're white tips. And those are most emphatically whales. In fact, that looks like a humpback. Now I'm waiting for the jump scare where something comes out of the deep and eats my companion there. At least I think that's a humpback. It's almost giving off krill vibes. What do you think, Thivia? Yep, humpback. Oh, are they going to do... Now, this is something that humpbacks do. They will go after bait balls like this, swim up underneath them, and engulf the whole thing. So this would be this does happen. What we're seeing above us is a real thing. I think sardines. No, I'm sorry. Herring. Is it herring? Basically, swarm like this. And it's basically a food bonanza for... No, those definitely aren't herring. But this kind of bait ball, yeah, you'll get predators coming for this. And in fact, under severe circumstances, the entire thing can get whipped out. Wiped out. In fact, I think we are seeing that being predated. Look at all the sparkles. I think that's the... Those are swordfish. I'm pretty sure that we see going past there. Those are barracuda again. More swordfish. think those are white-tip sharks. I wonder if my favorite shark is around. One of my favorite sharks is blue shark. Very elegant shark. Very slim. Quite beautiful. I think that's supposed to be a swordfish. Things like sailfish and marlin have that bigger fin down the back, and swordfish have a much more streamlined appearance. I wonder if I watch this long enough, does that get entirely consumed by the predators? I say predators. Surprisingly, most fish actually are predators. There are not that many vegetarian fish. Do you know what? I want to say those are trevally, but I'm probably wrong. Did I see a meditation spot? Maybe it'll tell me. Alright, let's have a little look. See what we've got. Yellowtail snapper. I'll try and remember all these names. Food chain. Witness predation while meditating. I just got that. Grey reef shark. Okay. Yes, that makes sense. I still think that's a white tip, and they are, if I'm right, literally called because of the white tips on their fins like that. And yes, you do actually have black tip sharks for the same reason. Can I change perspective? Let's see. Giant trevally. My memory is not as bad as I thought. I'm trying to switch to a different fish. Ah, look, it is! Did you see that? That whole go through the swarm with its mouth agape. Yes, that is a very humpback thing to do. Although I think they normally come from underneath and get them that way. Because I think it pushes the fish closer to the ocean surface, and that makes it harder for them to escape. But yes, that is something that humpbacks do. It doesn't seem to want to change my view. Doesn't matter. Let's see what we have. I'm kind of glad, in a way, that they haven't made this too fairy tale-like, and that they've managed to hang on to the, I say, more natural order of things. It's going to turn me away from the edge, isn't it? Oceanic white-tip. Well, people in chat, you may not realize this. This is the first time I've had 3 people comment in chat.